Everyone tells you to chase happiness. Find your passion, follow your joy. Do what makes you feel good. I did all of that. I chased it hard. And I'm here to tell you that I believe that's the wrong target. When I was 24, 25, I had it. I had the house, I had the career, I had the wife. From the outside, that was the destination. That was supposed to be it. And somewhere in the middle of all of that, I remember thinking, is this all there is? Not because life was bad, life was fine. But fine felt like a ceiling that I just couldn't accept. Like I was capable of more, and I was choosing not to find out what that was. So I made the decision. I was going to chase something bigger. So I dived into entrepreneurship. Liquidated assets, multiple franchises, invested everything into building something that was mine. And then I sold the franchise to fund the coaching dream. I did what everyone tells an entrepreneur to do. I bet on myself. Twice. And when all the money ran out, well, I had to swallow my pride, tuck my tail, and go back to what I knew. That gutted me. Not because I failed, because I'd done the thing. Because I'd taken the risk. I'd backed myself. And it still didn't work. And the story that plays in your head is, what does that mean about me? I remember driving to the depot at 3 a.m. It's pitch black, just alone, me and my thoughts, headphones blaring. And I just screamed. Tears running down my face, screaming into nothing. All that anger, all that disappointment, all the bitterness towards myself for not being better than I was. 2 minutes before I got to the depot, I'd recompose myself, head in, load the van, do the job. Now I drive back and I do it all over again. Nobody saw 3 a.m. It didn't make me happy. I wasn't okay, but I showed up. And along that way, here's what I eventually figured out about happiness. See, I chased it and I nearly had it. And then it moved. Got the house, wasn't enough. Better myself, still wasn't enough. Because that's what happiness does. See, happiness is a feeling, and feelings, they pass. And then you're just standing there, waiting for the next thing that can make you feel that way again. So I stopped asking myself, how do I feel? And I started asking myself, have I been useful? Have I shown up for Claire? For my kids? Have I moved this thing forward? Even if it's just a millimeter. Here's what I noticed. When I started to orient towards usefulness, to being in service of those people that I love and building the thing that I want to build, I didn't need to feel good to keep going. The reason to keep going was not dependent on my mood that day. And in those moments where I wanted to quit, and there have been many of them, it wasn't optimism that was keeping me there. It wasn't motivation either. It was the thought that this thing is bigger than me, that I'm not just doing this for myself. That quitting, it feels like it's not even my decision to make. If you're watching this and know that feeling, you had a dream, you took a swing, it didn't work, and you're back in that safe job wondering if this is just who you are now. I want to tell you something about time. And when I bought the courier run, that was 6.5 years ago, start of 2020. And when I think back to it, it feels like a different lifetime. Which means if I then project forward 6.5 years, I'll be 41, nearly 42. And life will look different again because time compounds. And there's an old saying that you overestimate what you can do in a year, but you underestimate what you can do in 10. I think that's because compounding doesn't feel like anything at first. It's because you're not good yet. You're learning, you're failing, you're starting things and screwing them up over and over again. And what I've seen is most people quit before the compounding even gets a chance to kick in. They stop right before that curve starts to bend upwards. And here's the reframe for you. When you think of that time and you think that you've wasted it, you probably learned what not to do, what you don't want, what doesn't work. And the truth, by proxy, that actually moves you closer to what you do want. The path back to safety, I know that path. I've seen where it goes. And for me, it feels like a slow death. And the path forward is harder. I'm not there yet. But that path, that is the one worth fighting for. So I'll leave you with this. Stop chasing happiness. and start becoming useful. Start showing up for something bigger than how you feel today. Draw the line and choose the harder path. And just stay in the discomfort long enough for the compounding to actually kick in.